Hello and welcome back to Factorio, where we are going to continue building this rail network. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. The scale of it is way bigger than you actually need to do it. Especially as a starting setup. It is a bit too big, I would say, but this is going to be beneficial in the future, because since we build it now, we're not going to have to extend a crazy amount other than out towards the various outposts, which is going to be a good thing. Now I am going to build this just as it is, because technically, I have already built one roundabout. Now, this one has a bit of extra stuff in it, so I am going to explain how this one works. Some of you might understand exactly immediately how it's going to work, but you that aren't going to understand immediately, I'm going to do a bit of explaining to tell you what this thing actually does. Now, if we look, where do we have our exits? Our exit is here. We have another one over here. We have our third one over there. And our last one over here. Now, our entrances are on the other ones, so over the opposite side of the exit is where our entrances are. Now, this one requires a bit more rail signals, because this is just one big segment which is not going to fly. This is not going to work. Now, this is the entrance, so the train is going to come from the bottom and go upwards if they go straight forward, so we are going to need one over here. And on the opposite, they are going to come from the top and go to the bottom, so we are going to need one over here. And then we are going to need every single one of these sections like this, and then like this. And we have now split up all the different sections and segments into chunks where they make sense. Now, you could do this to get this track in the middle. One part. The problem that what might happen is if a train can actually fit in this space, like it's a way, like one locomotive and one wagon, there might be that they get stuck here. So I would recommend not doing this middle part its own segment, but a part of this segment here, so there is a chance for whoever is going to go straight to be able to continue going straight. And this is basically how it's going to look. This is, and yes, you do need this many chain signals. You could probably get away with like 4 or less, like you might not, you maybe don't need like these ones, but I feel like chopping up the segments a bit more. Depending on how many trains and how it looks in the network you're using, you might need extra, you might need less. That's something you are going to have to experiment a bit with. I have had many times where I built a system and then later on there's some problem, trains are standing still or whatever happens, and I have needed to go there and either add signals or remove signals. It's never just you build it once and it works forever. You're probably going to have to do a bit of tweaking, and if you add new track and junctions and stuff, you might screw up other places of your train network, which means you might have to do some tweaking, especially in the old areas. And sometimes you can actually you can make it so trains don't have a path to travel, which we are going to go into we are going to get in on that, but a bit later. Now, what is it that we need? We need we need to take the ammunition and the turrets and hop into the car. I'm going to take like that. This is, you can drive through like this. The car can fit, but it's a tight squeeze. It's not a lot of space to drive through, so be careful. There we go. Wanted to get rid of that one. That one, which probably sneaked in at some point, like they settled there, and yeah, my inventory is full. Let's get rid of a bunch of belts, which I probably don't need at the moment. I'm saying probably because I have no idea. I might need them. Never know. Now, what I'm going to do is do this one again. Let's take that one and just copy it. Let's see. Nah, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do the one without the going straight forward. And if you have a blueprint book, when you hold shift and do and scroll the mouse wheel, you cycle through the different blueprints you have put into the blueprint book. You know what? No, let's not do a T-junction. Yeah, let's do one of these. Let's pull this down a bit. There we go. And there's the book. And let's do this. Spin it around and do this. This, like, I recommend doing something like a blueprint like this, because that means you can just rotate the blueprint to get more entries and exits. At this moment we only need the one going over here and the one on the right, so that's why we are doing that and not like everything. There we go. Let's, might be a bit finicky to get the track to to pick the right one to start from. So there we go. And yes, it does matter which track you actually start from, because the tracks can be a bit finicky to work with, but once you get a hang of it, it should be fine. Let's do this just to do a bunch of splitting up. We shouldn't need more than this. Like having 1, 2, 3, 4 different segments should be fine for this. So we probably are going to be fine. Let's remove the cliffs. These cliffs just have to go. We can't. That's the big problem really with I feel with the train tracks, is that you have to use cliff explosives basically to get rid of the cliffs, especially if you want to make a big network. Now if you're just building your first network, you just like not doing a massive network like I'm doing here, and building up like a super big loading stations and stuff in the base, then just just build what works, and build around the cliffs and stuff. You don't, if you don't want to destroy the cliffs, just go around. I could have gone around, but since I'm going to go with such a big network, I actually need to destroy cliffs and stuff so there's nothing in the way, which is a bit annoying because I actually like the cliffs, that you have to like take them into account. But I'm not sure how you would make it like in any other way. I'm not sure really. Let's see if we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have any steel. Do I have any steel here? I have no steel, which means there's absolutely no point in building any things. We're going to have to go through this tiny hole, and we took damage and we damaged the wall. Going to have to repair them. Now, what is it that we need to get? Ooh, the coal is going down. Yeah, we are going to have to fix the coal quite quickly. Let's actually do a bit of focusing here. Let's actually focus. See, no, it's not there, it's this one, right? Yeah. So here I have a blueprint for a station. This in particular is the loading station, but you could just spin around, and that's probably what I'm going to do. All right, I have the offloading as well. I have the one that's spun around. And when I did the offloading, I actually had the red belt and not only the yellow. I think I'm going to go with the yellow for now. This is the loading, so let's take the offloading. And what this is, it's Right, there's actually less with how to fix that. Yeah, we're going to just put this one down. This is something we are going to have to build over because there's a bunch of problems with it. And when you put them down like this, you can see the white boxes on the tracks, and that's a way that's something you can use to line up with where the wagons would be. So the first box is where the train, like the locomotive, is going to be, and then anything after that is going to be where the wagons are. Let's put this here. We are going to put down a bunch of these. Like, if we take a look at this, we need 80 fast inserters for this one station. Just for this one station. And then we are actually missing some as well, because we don't want just 5 chests per wagon, we want 6. So we are actually going to have to do this like that, like that. No, not that one. I have absolutely no freaking iron. I have iron like in the base, just I don't have any iron on me. Is this in the way? There we go. That should be... I need to go get some resources because... yeah, we need resources. So, let's go get some resources. I need a bunch of belts. I need a bunch of steel to make steel chests and... so on and so forth. We could actually remove these ghosts now. But yeah, I'm going to try to focus on getting... Here we go, we have a bunch of steel. Let's do a bunch of these. How many do I need per? 40. Okay, I'm doing more than 40 at this point, so that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of like a lot of resources. I am going to have to focus quite a bit on getting this one station done, so I don't try to make like too much and get nothing done, basically. Here we go. Putting away a bunch of stuff. Let's do a bunch of research, as much as possible. The cheapest ones as we can find. This one is something I want to do. I want a tank that's the best kind of vehicle you can use. Like fairly cheap vehicle. To be very specific, the tank is a very good vehicle to actually destroy and kill enemies with. So let's take that one and let's see, was there anything else that isn't like super expensive? Laser turret shooting speed. Yeah, let's go with that one. Yeah, getting the tank would be good when it comes to destroying large bases. But the thing is, the tank is very, very slow. So that's a thing. Like, the tank is good at destroying stuff, but it is very, very slow when it comes to driving. Which makes sense, but still. Let's... Oh... I forgot belts. Of course, I forgot something. You really, really shouldn't talk while trying to play the game, but... yeah. Yeah, you easily forget what you're doing when you talk. So let's see, we need belts. Belts. Over here we have them. Let's take everything. We are going to need... okay, we can't take everything. Let's... okay, let's get rid of as much crap as possible and pick up the rest. There we go. Yeah. Alright, we... did we put away all the belts in the car? We probably did. Let's take a peek. I think we did. I think we did. Which means I probably didn't need to... and here's a bunch of belts. Yeah. Of course. Of course. So we didn't actually need to go all that way down again to get belts, because we already had belts, but I've had forgotten by the time. Okay. Fine. It's fine. And let's put down some belts. Let's put down some belts. Belts. And yes, this is going to be a bit snaky, but I think that's absolutely fine. Oops, not that far. And we need to remove the ghosts. And there we go, that should be all. Now we just need the chests. There we go, and then we need a bunch of electric power poles. This should power everything. There we go. Now we just need to put this into the network. There we go. Now the annoying blinking is gone. I really wish you could actually turn that blinking off, because it is horribly annoying. And sometimes it becomes very hard to see what you're doing. So yeah, I wish they remove, like, you could toggle that. easily. I don't think there's a toggle for this here. No, there's not. I wish there were, but there's not. And we have 5 more minutes. Let's hope I remember. Now, what I'm going to do is go into here, because what I need is 8 to 8. Because I have to make sure I balance the whatever is going to get put out here. And now this is the absolute fastest, the express version. Now I don't have that, so what I'm going to do is pick an upgrade planner, put it in my inventory, right click it to get to this screen, and say go from express transport belt to transport belt, and then from express underground to underground, and express splitter to normal splitter. Now we have this one where we say that everything that is express is going to get lowered to the lowest quality ones, and boom. And now we can remove that one. I don't need to have that there. And this is something I am going to follow, because this needs to be it needs to be exactly as it is. And I do not feel like ever remembering how it is put together. Now I do believe this is, no, it's actually not too far. I think there is, I'm not sure which one it is, but I do know there's 1 or 2 of these that you can't do a yellow version completely, because the yellow underground doesn't reach far enough. But this seems to be fine, so let's just put down all the splitters and belts and stuff. That should be all, right? Yeah, that's all. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to balance all the coal before it gets sent out to wherever I need it to go. So let's fix this. And there we go. What I'm going to do is actually put one like this. So this one actually fuels this locomotive with coal. Now, coal isn't the best fuel, but it is a fuel which is very easy to get your hands on. So that's why I'm doing that. Now I am going to fuel every single train with coal, most likely. Or rather, I will, and most likely it will be forever. I'm going to move this again. And we are coming up towards the end here. Let's hope I don't forget time. And I think we are going to call this here. I'm going to remove these and just do them again like this. Just there we go. Now let's take a look before we end. Let's take a look at what our resources is down to. The coal is down to 135k. That's very low. Iron is 186k. That's also very low. The iron is basically 200k-ish. Yeah, 200k-ish of iron. Below 300k for copper, so 293k. Stone is down to... hasn't changed that much. It's 110k-ish. So, the resources are slowly but surely disappearing. We are getting this up and running. Exactly when it's operational completely, I'm not sure. What I'm going to do is designate this to be the fuel for the trains. And then these two are going to be steam power. And then the rest is going to be the rest. Probably what I'm going to do is this one is going to go to the bus. And then the 4 other ones is going to go towards fueling anything else, basically. But with that, we are going to have to call this episode and continue building this and actually trying to get the coal train up and running at least. And we are, once we are ready, we are going to show off how you automate your train to actually like run on its own and you don't have to drive it yourself, which is a pain in the ass, and you can only drive one train at a time, so it wouldn't be efficient enough. But with that, we are going to have to call this here, so thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.